Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to welcome you to IPFW and to the Northeast Indiana Regional Science and Engineering Fair. If you were not aware of it, this is our 61st fair, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you for your patience as we put together all the awards. As you can see, there's a lot of awards, and we try to get them as organized as possible. And really, this whole endeavor could not be done without the wonderful help of volunteers. Those volunteers include our Science and Engineering Fair Committee members, and those are Michael Columbia, Katie Mallitson, Jordyn Marshall, Abby Martin, Eric Tittman, and Kirk Tolliver. Let's give them a round of applause. In fact, the book that I'm reading and all of the awards were entered, the data was entered, and it was all organized by a group of 4 people in the scoring room, or 5 people. And those include volunteers who have been here every year to help us, Rita and Teresa Bailey, a mother and daughter who are here, have been here for about the last 5 years, an IPFW student, Christopher Bellis, and Kirk Tolliver's daughter, Andrea Tolliver, and Abby Martin. Let's give them a round of applause. If you're a teacher, could you please stand up? A teacher who has a student here, thank you so much for everything you do. You truly make a difference because you're the ones who guide the students, help them do the project. And then, of course, I want to thank you parents because you're the ones who've also been there, driving the children here, being here with them, and supporting them as well. So thank you very much. And then I also want to thank our sponsors. We have many special award sponsors. You're going to hear about those sponsors later on today, but I'd like to highlight a few of them. One sponsor is Raytheon. They have been our principal sponsor for the last 4 years. We're very appreciative of their support. And then some of you may know who Art Friedel is. Dr. Friedel was the fair director for almost 20 years. He's kind of like the father, or maybe grandfather, of the Science and Engineering Fair. And every year when you hear the Director's Awards and the Most Promising Awards, which are $100, guess who they come from? Dr. Friedel, every year. And I think, yes, that is great. The Science Education Foundation of Indiana, or SEFI, they actually run the state fair, and there are 14 different regional fairs in the state, and they sponsor our winners to the international fair completely. And that is a foundation. They raise the funding to do that, and we are so appreciative that they do that as well. And then I also would like to thank the Ford family, who's been one of our newest sponsors, sponsoring a wonderful award that you'll hear about later. And then we have many other sponsors and some guests, and you'll get a chance to hear from them. So what we'd like to do today is begin with the participation awards. Every student who is here did a wonderful job. You advanced from your school, and you deserve to be recognized. And so what we're going to do with the awards for participation is I'm going to have you come up on stage. We're not going to call you by name, but we're going to call you by grade. And then when we get a group of you up here on stage, we're going to give you your participation awards. And the awards for the 4th and 5th grade are going to be distributed by Dr. Eric Tittman, who is our coordinator for the 4th and 5th grade. So having said that, if you are a 4th grader, and I'm going to call you, I want you to think about your last name, and if it begins with A through L, I want you to come on up and come up on the stage and line up here. Fourth graders whose last name starts with A through L. And you can just line up here in front of the table. And while we're handing these out, I want you to hear some of the titles of the fourth grade projects. And I won't be able to name them all, but I think these are great titles, some of them. Freezing Fun, Pop Pop Fizz Fizz, Nothing or Net, Gumdrop Grid, Let There Be Light, Which Cereal Has the Most Iron, Liquid Afterbite. That's just a few. Let's give these fourth graders a round of applause. Thank you, and you may go back to your seats. Thank you very much. And now, replacing them are the fourth graders whose last name begins with M through Z. Come on down, fourth graders. And again, line up on stage here so we can see you. By the way, while they're coming up, we're not taking pictures today, but we are recording this entire ceremony, and it will be played on College Access Television, CATV, and that information will be posted on our Science Fair website, and it's easy to find that. You just put in ipfw.edu/scifair, SCIFAIR. So fourth graders with last names M through Z, congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. And now on to our fifth graders. Let's do the same thing, only this time let's bring up fifth graders A through M. Last names A through M. Come on down. Some of the fifth grade projects were, does medicine help plants grow? Mouth bacteria. How do ducks stay dry in water? Pop quiz, does the amount of carbonation affect the taste of pop? Which pop stains your teeth the most? Simple electric motor, and what blocks a Wi-Fi signal? Some great projects. As you see, they start getting into fifth grade and really start exploring a little more deeply some of the science and engineering topics. This is a big group. We had a total of 38 fifth graders and 31 fourth graders this year. And if you weren't here today, I'm sure you all were, you were here, and we had a great group of judges. They just kept coming out and talking to the kids. They had a great time. Okay, did everybody get their ribbons? Awesome, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, you may be seated. Thank you. And now fifth graders N through Z. Other projects we heard about: leaky sponges, minty madness, radiant radishes, acidity and basicity of household solutions, future farming, foot ice bucket challenge, the probability of blackjack. A card player. Okay, great job. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, now we're going to move on to the junior middle school, and I'm going to do this by grade. And so let's bring the 6th graders down. I think we might be able to fit them all on stage. We'll squeeze them in, and we'll have Dr. Michael Columbia is going to help Dr. Eric Tittman. He was in charge of the category judges, the middle school level and the high school level. And you know, we heard a lot of different projects in the junior division. Effects of classical music on human beings, the scoop on Stroop, coordination commotion, no way with way spelled W-H-E-Y, and metal magic. Congratulations, 6th graders, great job. You may be seated. And how about the 7th graders? Come on down. These projects I'm reading are not necessarily in grade level order. They're more topical. We had some engineering projects that were really interesting about auto amp. How far did you really go? Light energy, magnet motion, the fluffy side to baking, heat conduction in metals. I think it's neat. You can see the wide variety of interest. Congratulations, 7th graders. Thank you. You may be seated. And now our 8th graders. Some projects we heard in physics and astronomy. Why you float on the Dead Sea? Does the center of gravity of a golf ball affect the straightness of the roll? Color edition, comparing lift and drag of airfoils, and the amount of acid in fruits enough to generate a current? Interesting projects in physics and astronomy. Congratulations, 8th graders, for participating. You may be seated. And then I'd like to bring up our senior division. Please come forward. We had a small senior division, but we had some absolutely great projects. Some of these have extremely long titles. An analysis of the impact of chlorophyll levels on the condition of Crooked Lake, Whitley, and Noble counties, Indiana. And we're going to be seeing a lot more of these students later. They did a great job. Let's congratulate them. Thank you, senior division. Okay, now we'd like to move on to our special awards. We have a lot of special awards. Some of them are sponsored by local sponsors, and some are sponsored by the International Science and Engineering Fair, or NEIRSEF. So to read the winners of those awards, I'll be presenting them, but reading them will be our special award coordinator, Dr. Jordyn Marshall.
So we have these awards separated into general categories, and what I'm going to do is call up the names of all the individuals that are going to win some of these awards. They can come onto stage, and then we'll call out their names and have their individual awards. So for the environmental awards, we have David Anderson, Nirupama Devanathan, Easton Eggets, Sam Haller, Zia Merritt, Jordyn Leininger, Kirsten Vosicki, Noel, I'm going to have troubles with this one, Vogelweed, Isabel Yates. And the first environmental award is going to come from the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. It is the Healthy Planet Award and is a $50 gift certificate towards the zoo, camp, and store. And this is Isabella Yates from Leininger. Yeah, don't leave just yet. The next one is Fox Island Alliance, and these two awards are for membership and a certificate for $25. The first one is Zia Merritt, and then Kirsten Vosicki. And then also from Fox Island Alliance, we have membership and certificate and $50. We have Nirupama Devanathan, Sam Haller, and Isabella Yates. And next we have Purdue University School of Agriculture. These two awards are certificates. And first we have Jordyn Leininger. And then Noel Vogelweed. Okay. And then also from Purdue University School of Agriculture, we have a certificate and $50 award to Nirupama Devanathan. And our next environmental award is from Little River Wetlands Project, which is membership and a $25 gift certificate to David Anderson. Nirupama Devanathan. And Easton Eggst. And we had an award that got missed from the script and it got put here. But the Stockholm Junior Water Prize is actually a NEIRSEF award, which is the International Science and Engineering Fair. And that goes to Nirupama Devanathan. And thank you to all of our students, and those are our environmental awards. So, thank you. The next group of students we have is a very long list, so I'm going to ask those students to stay over off the stage because we don't have enough space for all of them. But these are engineering and health and science, research design awards that are kind of pooled together. So we have David Anderson, Yasmin Bolanos, Andrew Danielson, and you can come over onto this side of the stage on the left side, or right side of the stage.
It's a big group.
Yeah, very big group.
Collect here.
So David Anderson and Yasmin Bolanos, Andrew Danielson, Nirupama Devanathan, Elizabeth Drybelbis, I'm sure I'm not even pronouncing that correctly anyways. Anika Hall, Sam Haller, Jessica Hartmus, Jenna Hesting, Landon Kiefer, Hannah Luckey, Jillian Martin, Cameron Overman, Logan Rolfson, Elena Sullivan, Olivia Williams, Isabella Yates, We have Landon Kiefer on there twice, so it's just that important. Grace Salzer and Grace Bryant. All right. Our first award is the Science and Regulatory Consultants Best Study Design for Elementary, and it's a $25. And that goes to Isabella Yates. You can come up when I call your name now. Science and Regulatory Consultants Best Design for the Junior. This is $50. Elena Sullivan. And the Science and Regulatory Consultants Best Study Design for a Senior, Jillian Martin. Next up, we have the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, Fort Wayne Chapter 56 Elementary Award, which has a $25 award. This is Yasmin Bolanos. Elizabeth Drybel-Bella. How do you say your last name? Drybelbis. Anika Hall. Hannah Luckey. Cameron Overman. And Olivia Williams. Also from the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, Fort Wayne Chapter 56, the junior prizes, which is $50, is Jessica Hartmus. And lastly, the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, Fort Wayne Chapter 56 senior prize for $50 is Andrew Danielson. Our next award is Tech Venture Maker Award, which is $25 and founding membership and a workshop. And one of these goes to a team of Landon Kiefer and Logan Rolfson. And another one goes to Grace Salzer. And then the Department of Psychology certificate, $25. IPFW Department of Psychology is Grace Bryant.
On stage, so let's give these students a round of applause. And you may be seated. One person. Hold on, conference.
Script issues.
What happened? What did you read? Yes. These might be the water. These might be.
Oh, I skipped a page. I see what I did. I skipped a page. Which is probably why the awards weren't in the right order when I was calling them out from the table. So we have our Fort Wayne City Utilities Water Resources Award, which is an engraved plaque and a science-related gift, which is a mystery to us. And we have David Anderson. Nirupama Devanathan. and Sam Haller. Next up, we have the Isaac Knapp District Dental Society Award, which is $50 and a certificate, and that goes to Jenna Hesting. So some of the people that sat down, I'm going to call back up, because we have our Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, IEEE. There's a $100 award, and this one goes to Hannah Luckey. And then we have another set of IEEE awards that are $75. One goes to Andrew Danielson. And the other one goes to the team of Landon Kiefer and Logan Rolfson. Here they come. So one more round of applause. And those are our local special awards, so thank you very much. You can have a seat. Next up are NEIRSEF Awards, which is the International Science and Engineering Fair. So these awards come from the large overarching science and engineering fair, excuse me. And again, I'm going to call these up, and those students can come up on stage and stand, and we will recognize their individual awards. So our list is Grace Bryant, Andrew Danielson, Nirupama Devanathan, Jessica Hartmus, Laura Hartmus, Caden Lance, Rebecca Luckey, Zia Merritt, Pujith Maruva, and Elena Sullivan. We can give them a round of applause. First up, we have the American Chemical Society, a $150 certificate and an invitation to their annual dinner meeting, and Elena Sullivan wins that prize. Next up, we have the American Meteorological Society, which is a certificate. Laura Hartmus. And Zia Merritt. Next up, we have the American Psychological Association, which is also a certificate, and this is for Grace Bryant. ASM Materials Education Foundation has sent a certificate, and that goes to Rebecca Luckey. Next, we have the Arizona State Sustainable Award, which is a certificate and a chance to win a trip to the Arizona Sustainability Solutions Festival, and that goes to Nirupama Devanathan. We have the Association for Women in Geosciences, which is a certificate, and that goes to Laura Hartmus. Next up, we have our Broadcom Masters Awards, which are a certificate and a chance to apply for a national competition. And this is the top 10% of students in the junior division in middle school. And we have, in that top 10%, we have Jessica Hartmus, Laura Hartmus, Rebecca Luckey, and Elena Sullivan. Next up, we have the Intel Excellence in Computer Science Award, which is $200 and a certificate, and that goes to Pujith Maruva. We have a certificate and medallion from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and that goes to Caden Lance. Ricoh Corporation has an award for sustainability, and that's a certificate that goes to Zia Merritt. And our second to last award here is the U.S. Metric Association, which is a certificate, and that goes to Laura Hartmus. One of the things that should be stressed is that science is done in metric, and being able to demonstrate that in a project is admirable. And then finally, we have the Yale Science and Engineering Association, which is a certificate and a medallion, and that goes to Andrew Danielson. Those are our ISEF awards, so I want to thank our students and congratulate them one more time. Lastly, for special awards, we have some very special awards, which are local, and we have representatives from those organizations here to present the awards. So first off, we're going to have the Northeast Indiana Veterinary Medicine Association present awards. Awards are presented by Dr. Angela Braun.
Good afternoon. As Dr. Marshall said, my name is Angela Braun. I am a local veterinarian, and I'm a member of the Northeast Indiana Veterinary Medical Association. I've been judging at the fair for many years now. I've kind of lost track, but I love doing this. It's one of the highlights of my year. Now I'm used to college students and dogs and cats and things, so to be able to come and talk to younger researchers is an honor, and I love doing this on a yearly basis. I get to learn all kinds of fun things, like about sheep. I got to learn about coral this year. I was really impressed about that. That was pretty neat. So my goal is, as part of the Veterinary Medical Association local group, is to try to increase awareness in veterinary medicine. There are lots of different interests. It's not just dogs and cats, coral, all kinds of other small animals and things. And so our goal here is to talk to the students that have projects that relate to veterinary medicine, deal with animals. Some of them just have dogs in them in the project itself. But we're here looking at the enthusiasm of these students and trying to encourage them and trying to help them decide what they want to be when they grow up. And so I had 4 awards that I'm giving out this year. It comes with a certificate and a letter in there, and there's also a check for $125. And so those 4 students are Easton X from Lafayette Meadow. So if you want to come on up when I say your name. We have Jordyn Leininger. Third is Gretchen, I don't know if it's Regan or Reagan, from Arlington. I'm sorry, Jordyn was from Pierceton. And then Kristen Visaki from Most Precious Blood. Give these ladies a round of applause.
Next, we have our Huntington University Awards, and to present those, we have Professor of Chemistry, Dr. Ruth Nalia.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to present awards in 4 categories from the Division of Natural and Mathematical Sciences at Huntington University, which offers majors in the liberal arts as well as biology, chemistry, pre-med concentrations, math, computer science, nursing, and agriculture. Our 4 categories are biological sciences, mathematical sciences, health sciences, and physical sciences. Each recipient will be receiving $50 from Huntington University. And could you please come up as I call your names, and then you'll all receive your awards together. Huntington University's award for Outstanding Achievement in Biological Sciences goes to Nirupama Devanathan from Homestead Senior High School for a project entitled An Analysis of the Impact of Chlorophyll Levels on the Condition of Crooked Lake, Whitley, and Noble Counties, Indiana, for her thorough understanding of statistical analysis. Huntington University's award for Outstanding Achievement in Mathematical Sciences goes to Pujith Maruba, also from Homestead Senior High School, for a project entitled Machine Learning as a Predictive Cancer Survival Tool. The project was very nicely done and the presentation was excellent. Huntington University's award for Outstanding Achievement in Health Sciences goes to Josie Fett and Nitza Hope from St. Jude Elementary School for a human behavior study entitled Less Stress. They did a fine job of both qualitative and quantitative analysis for students in the 7th grade. Finally, Huntington University's award for Outstanding Achievement in Physical Sciences goes to Jessica Hartmus, Huntington Catholic School, for a project entitled Brick by Brick, Designing Technology Improvements to Brick Production for the Fort Portal region of Uganda. This was a very clever 8th grade project involving solutions to making a small, locally owned brick factory in Uganda more efficient. Finally, congratulations to all science fair participants as well as their parents. Thank you.
Let's give them one more round of applause. And our last special awards come from the U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and then we also have the David W. Ford STEM Award, and this is being presented by Commander Alan Ford.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. You guys don't know how dangerous it is to let Commander Ford behind a microphone. I like to talk a lot, but I promise I'll be done by midnight, okay? No, it'll be sooner than that. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the parents, guardians, teachers, and whatever that helped the researchers do their work. Today I had the pleasure of interviewing 26 researchers. I'm going home tonight with a headache because they make me think. So thank you, parents, guardians, teachers, sponsors, all of you mentors that made that possible. And you researchers, I want you to go up to each of them individually. I can't give you an order, you're not a sailor, but I can ask you to go up to them personally and thank them. It's not hard to do. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's give you my blessing. To each of you researchers, I use the same blessing every year, and I've had some people say it sounds like a curse. It's not. Think about it. And it goes like this. I hope you are facing a lifetime of learning, and I hope you never catch up with your imagination. I'm going to explain the second part of that first. What does it mean to catch up to your imagination? Well, how many of you in your math classes had to do story problems? I need a show of hands. Okay, how many of you people hate doing story problems? Okay, I'm an engineer. I got to warn you, every problem I solve in my regular job is a story problem, and somehow I learn to enjoy them. Now, also because of the Navy, I had to stay physically fit. So we go out and run a 1.5 mile run and do push-ups and do sit-ups and all kinds of things like that. So that's where I use the phrase, I hope you never catch up to your imagination. It's that imagination, it's that curiosity that motivates me, and I'm sure you're a scientist just like I am, an engineer just like I am. Part of what makes it fun is the mystery of how you solve those problems. Now, curiosity. We all have curiosity natural, but I recommend to you that you cultivate it, you encourage it, you feed it. One of my mentors in the past said, always ask the 5 whys. 5 whys. What does that mean? No, you don't say, why? No. But you ask why at least 5 times. And when you get the answer to the first question, why is Commander Ford standing on behind the podium in some funny clothes? Well, because he's in the Navy. Why is he in the Navy? Well, let's see. I wanted to go to college, and one way to pay for it was with a Navy scholarship. So you follow these whys, and if you go at least 5 levels deep, you'll have a pretty good idea of what the problem is. So cultivate your curiosity, and I hope you never catch up to it. Okay. Let's get to the Air Force Awards, shall we? Okay, are they here? Yes, they are. Oh my goodness, and I have to tell you ahead of time, I apologize if I butcher your names. The United States Air Force is pleased to recognize the following 4 researchers, and I'm always jealous. The Air Force always has neat packets. There's a backpack, and there's all kinds of stuff stuffed inside it. So, without further ado, Nirupama Devanathan, Lindsay DiGiulio, Grace Salser, and Elena Sullivan. Please come up. Let's give one more round of applause. Thank you, ladies. All right, now what I think are the best awards at the Science Fair. Those are, of course, the Navy Awards. I represent the Office of Naval Research, which controls science for both the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. And to those of you who are Marines in the audience, I have to acknowledge that some of my friends in the Marine Corps say that the Marine Corps is the masculine part of the Department of the Navy. So I think actually the Marines do leadership the best. The U.S. Navy is pleased to recognize 2 junior and 2 senior researchers, and they are Andrew Danielson, Jillian Martin, Naveen Dai, and Laura Hartmus. Now, I'm jealous of these people. I'm envious. I counted it up again this afternoon, and I told the judges this morning the wrong thing. I said 40 years ago I was at the Northeast Indiana Regional Science Fair as a student. It wasn't 40 years ago, it was 41 years ago. No, I wasn't here the first time. If this is the 61st year, I wasn't there. But I like to say that light bulbs were still powered by steam when I did my project. So it's been a while. Okay. My family is blessed. We have, for the second year in a row now, been able to become a sponsor of 3 regional science fairs as well as the state science fair. We're one of many of the organizations that make it possible. I recommend to you that you give up 2 of those expensive coffees that you drink and donate that money to your local regional science fair. They'll take any amount, and any amount is good. I believe in putting your money where your mouth is. And so that's part of why I found a way to torture my sister, my cousins, my nieces and nephews to recognize a very special person. That very special person is David W. Ford. And he was an engineer here in Fort Wayne. And so we sponsor the STEM Awards, the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Now, some of you have probably heard it said that the most brilliant people are brain surgeons and rocket scientists. Well, I've never known personally a brain surgeon, so I can't vouch for them. But I have known a rocket scientist, and they are geniuses. David W. Ford is my father. He served honorably in World War II on the USS St. Paul. When he completed his honorable service, he came home with his GI Bill, earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Iowa State University. He then started working on one of his very earliest projects, and that was the X-15. And you may not know a whole lot about the X-15. It was a special project by NACA, the predecessor to NASA. And until the space shuttle came along, it was the highest flying airplane in the world. It flew on some missions up to 67 miles, which is outer space. The pilots that flew that high qualified as astronauts. On some of the missions, they flew at Mach 6, which is over 4,000 miles an hour. Now, I don't know, I live around Indianapolis. We have the Beltway 465. There are drivers that I think try to get up to 4,000 miles an hour going around there, but they don't make it. That's pretty quick. Now, my dad did not design rocket motors. He didn't design airframes. What he designed were radios, and he was very proud of the fact that he helped design the radios and manufacture them for the X-15. Now, he was in good company. One of the pilots of the X-15 went on to even greater fame. He was the first man to walk on the moon, Neil Armstrong. I think that's pretty cool. So, I met a rocket scientist, and that's where it leads to the first part of my blessing. I hope you have a lifetime of learning ahead of you. When my father first went to college, he learned how to design electronic circuits with things called vacuum tubes. Anyone even know what a vacuum tube is? A couple. Okay, you're as old as I am. Okay, first he designed with vacuum tubes, and then transistors came along. And so he transitioned into designing communications equipment with transistors. And then integrated circuits came along, and he transitioned again to do that. He went through at least 3 major, giant technological changes. How did he do it? Well, the answer is pretty simple, a lifetime of learning. My mom is a teacher for the Fort Wayne Community Schools for 35 years. Whenever we went on vacations, we went on educational vacations. We went to national parks, we went to museums, we did all this good stuff, which I really appreciate. But it was expected that we were going to learn even on vacation. Now, we'd go on vacation, we'd all pile into a big station wagon and go driving out west. And if my sister and I were well behaved, we would stop at a motel or a hotel that had a swimming pool. And so after supper, if we were well behaved, we were allowed to go out and go paddling around in the swimming pool. And of course, my mom and dad would be out there to help make sure that I didn't drown my sister and my sister didn't drown me. In the meantime, I can remember my dad always had his briefcase out there with trade journals, professional journals, textbooks. The man was always learning. So one of the lessons I learned is there is always something more to learn. Always. So Hopefully, you're going to cultivate your curiosity and never catch up with it. And hopefully, you're going to spend the rest of your life learning. Okay, now, it's not yet midnight, so I can keep talking for another 4 hours, right? No. Okay, not that we Fords are competitive. And we don't give the highest dollar value awards, but I like to say we give the biggest awards. We sponsor a junior and a senior award. The junior award is one of these fine periodic tables. Eventually, there'll be a check for $100 and an appropriate certificate. And for the senior award, there's $150 and another one of these fine periodic tables and a certificate. So the Ford family is pleased to recognize Jessica Hartmus and Huntington, of Huntington Catholic and Pujith Murva of Homestead. And is Pujith here? Oh. Okay, pop quiz time. Researchers, what did I ask you to do? Yes, personally thank everyone. Thank you, sir. You are absolutely correct. Please do that. Okay, let's recognize these people. Thank you very much for letting us be a part of your fair.
Thank you very much. That was really great. And if you don't know this, Commander Ford drives here all the way from, Westfield. So he's been here all day and he's been judging, and he's just been a great supporter of our regional fair. And so we just want to thank him. Thank you, Dr. Braun, for coming, and we appreciated Dr. Nelia being here as well. Okay, now we are going to move on and recognize our students in the 4th grade and 5th grade who are placement award winners. So Dr. Tittman is going to come up, and I'm going to bring all of you up alphabetically who received a placement award, and then when you come here, I will let you know which award you received. So will the following 4th graders come up on stage? Samantha Atkinson, Morgan Betterly, Zach Carter, Elizabeth Craig, Hannah Luckey, Lydia Morgan, Wyatt Nixon, Ben Stegmeyer, and Olivia Williams. The judges would like to recognize these students for their excellent projects, and in 4th place, Elizabeth Craig from Canterbury. We have 3 third place winners: Wyatt Nixon from South Whitley, Ben Stegmeyer from St. Charles Borromeo, and Olivia Williams from Ascension. In 2nd place, we have Samantha Atkinson and Morgan Betterly from Northwest Elementary. And also in 2nd place, Zach Carter from Leo. And also in 2nd place, Lydia Morgan from Fort Wayne Area Homeschools. And our first place winner, who also wins Dr. Art Friedel's Director's Award, which is $100, is Hannah Luckey from the Luckey Institute. We don't want her to forget the money. Congratulations, fourth graders. Great job. You may be seated. And now our placement winners in fifth grade. Again, I'll have them come up here in alphabetical order. Aubrey Barb, Gwen Brubaker, Ben Easterday, Anika Hall, Ryan Horning, Jordyn Leininger, Benjamin Marquis, Stuart McCabe, Jillian Schrenk, Isabella Yates, and Bayan Yunus. And we have 3 students in fourth place, and they are Ben Easterday from Brentwood, Anika Hall from Harris, Ryan Horning from Leo, and in third place we have Benjamin Marquis from Irwin, Stuart McCabe from Ossian. And from Oakview, we have 2 students, Jillian Schrenk and Byron Eunice. In second place, Aubrey Barb from Perry Hill. Also in second place, Gwen Brubaker from Huntertown. And in second place, Isabella Yates from Lindley. And in first place, and winning Dr. Art Friedel's Director Award of $100 is Jordyn Leininger from Pierceton. And before I let them go, we have another award. This is another Art Friedel Award. It's the most promising young scientist in the elementary, and that also goes to Jordyn Leininger. And we have the IPFW Faculty Tribute Award for Creativity in the Elementary Division. And I don't think this student is on stage. I'm not sure. He may have to come on up. Wyatt Nixon from South Whitley. Come on up. And so Wyatt will receive $50. And then as well, Jordyn will also receive an additional $100 for the Most Promising Award. So all these students did an excellent job. Congratulations. You may be seated. In our junior middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and in our senior division, the judges convened to identify students who they believe should receive certificates of excellence. So they have in their minds what they believe is an outstanding project that should be identified and recognized. And so we're going to first recognize all the students in the junior and the senior division who received certificates of excellence in any of these areas: animal science, plant science, earth science, and environmental science. So if these students would come forward, I will tell you which category they received their certificate of excellence. Jillian Martin, Noelle Vogelweed, Nirapama Devanathan, Laura Hartmus, and Caden Lance, please come forward. have a really little student. Good job. I think he deserves a round of applause. That was just great. He'll probably have a great project next year. So receiving a Certificate of Excellence in Plant Sciences, 2 students, Jillian Martin from Homestead and Noelle Vogelweed from St. Louis, Besançon. Are they on stage? Receiving a Certificate of Excellence in Earth and Planetary Sciences, 3 students, Nirupama Devanathan from Homestead. Laura Hartmus from Huntington Catholic. And Caden Lance from Fort Wayne Area Homeschools. Congratulations. You may be seated. In the area of behavioral sciences, we have 4 students receiving certificates of excellence. Grace Bryant from Huntington, Josie Fett from St. Jude, Colleen Harder from Woodside, and Hope Nitza from St. Jude. Come on down. Congratulations for your work in behavioral sciences. Thank you, ladies. We have 3 students we'd like to recognize in any of these areas: medicine and health, microbiology, or cellular biology. Please come forward, Sarah Stevenson, Sam Haller, and Elena Sullivan. Receiving a Certificate of Excellence in Medicine and Health, Sarah Stevenson from Canterbury. In the area of chemistry, Sam Haller from Canterbury. And in biochemistry, Elena Sullivan from Sacred Heart. Congratulations. The next areas are engineering, energy and transportation, and computer science. And we have 7 students we'd like to recognize. Please come forward, Pujith Maruvia, Andrew Danielson, Jessica Hartmus, Rebecca Luckey, Sophia Davis, and Taylor Stein. Receiving a Certificate of Excellence in Computer Science, Pujith Maruvia from Homestead High School. 3 students received engineering certificates of excellence, Andrew Danielson from Sunnybrook, Jessica Hartmus from Huntington Catholic, and Rebecca Luckey from Summit. And in energy and transportation, 2 students, Sophia Davis from St. John the Baptist, and Taylor Stein from Leo. Congratulations for these awards. We We have 2 students we'd like to recognize in physics, and those students are Carter Grandnitz and Isaac Henry. Come down. Carter is from Canterbury, and Isaac is from St. Charles Borromeo, and congratulations on your physics research. Thank you. And now, just as we gave placement awards for the elementary grades, what we do in the middle school is we give junior division at the middle school level. So this is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade combined. And so I will call the following students who will be receiving placement awards, and then when they come up, we will tell them which one they received. Come down: Sam Haller, Jessica Hartmus, Laura Hartmus, Isaac Henry, Rebecca Luckey, Sarah Stevenson, and Elena Sullivan. These students receive a certificate and a pin, and the pin designates their placement. In 3rd place, we have 3 students: Sam Haller from Canterbury, Isaac Henry from St. Charles Borromeo, and Sarah Stevenson from Canterbury. And then in 2nd place, we also have 3 students: Jessica Hartmus from Huntington Catholic, and Laura Hartmus. Are you guys sisters from Huntington Catholic? Yeah, I know. Elena Sullivan from Sacred Heart. Our 1st place middle school winner, Rebecca Luckey from Summit. Nice job. Congratulations, placement winners. Great. Thank you. We have 3 placement winners on the senior division level. In 3rd place, Pujit Maruvya from Homestead. Congratulations for 3rd place. He was way back there. In 2nd place, 2 students, Jillian Martin from Homestead, and also in 2nd place, Andrew Danielson from Sunnybrook. And our 1st place winner in the senior division, Nirupama Devanathan from Homestead. Congratulations to our senior division winners. Thank you. And now the very last thing that we'd like to do is honor or second to the last thing, we have some outstanding awards that we'd like to give. These are students who were chosen as outstanding in the junior division or outstanding in the senior division, and then also a student who will receive the IPFW Science Scholars Award, the best 12th grade project, which has a $500 scholarship attached to that. And so first on the junior division level, the outstanding project for the middle school level, Rebecca Luckey. This is also sponsored by Dr. Art Friedel, and she will receive $100 as well. And Senior Division Outstanding Project, Nirapama Devanathan. Nirapama will receive $100. And Nirapama also has been chosen as the IPFW Science Scholar Best 12th Grade Project. I'm going to ask you two to stay up here because now I would like to announce the students who will be representing our region in the Hoosier State Science and Engineering Fair, which will take place at IUPUI on April 2nd. We have a number of junior division students, including a 4th grader and a 5th grader, and then the rest are 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then we have 3 senior students. Obviously, these students are among them. So come on down and join these students. These are the junior division representatives. Grace Bryant from Huntington Catholic. Sam Heller from Canterbury. Jessica Hartmus from Huntington Catholic. Laura Hartmus from Huntington Catholic. Isaac Henry, St. Charles Borromeo. Jordyn Leininger from Pierceton. Hannah Luckey from the Luckey Institute. Rebecca Luckey from Summit. Sarah Stevenson from Canterbury. And Elena Sullivan from Sacred Heart. All of these students on the junior level will represent us, and parents of junior and senior, I'm going to ask you after we get done to meet down here. I have some information I would like to share with you. And so I'd like to ask 2 students to join Nirapama, because Nirapama Devanathan is one of our senior division representatives. Let's give her a round of applause. Joining her, Jillian Martin from Homestead. And Pujith Maruvia from Homestead as well. So we're so proud of you students, and we look forward to having you go down to IUPUI and having a wonderful experience meeting kids from all over the state, doing a great job. And I want to thank all of the parents who brought your kids here, the teachers who worked with the kids, all of our sponsors, and all of our committee members. It's wonderful to be here with you and celebrate the learning and the excitement, the creativity of these kids. So congratulations, students, and thank you, everyone.